Alright, what's up Dragon Brood? Today, we're going to be playing some aggro Boros Legends. This actually won a tournament online, so I'm kind of curious to see if it holds up in the standard ladder. But there's only one way to find out. Today's video was actually because of a poll we put out to our channel members. You can always support the channel. There's a link below if you want to join. But I gave some choices, and Boros Legends was actually almost half of the votes that came in. So that's what we're doing today. If you want to participate in the next polls, join the channel. As for the deck, let's talk about the legends we're going to be playing today. This is going to start with Ixalan. We're going to want to go fast, we're going to go wide, we're going to make a lot of tokens. So Ixalan's going to get the job done here. And actually, we're playing a full set of 4 because, well, she's just that good, really. Alongside her, we're going to play Pakal because, again, if we can make tokens, we might as well make as many and go as wide as we can, right? This is going to be a way to do it. And what's really cool is Pakal actually kind of fuels Ixalan because you make more tokens, Ixalan's even bigger and becomes even more of an instant threat. Alongside these, we're going to be playing Inti, Seneschal of the Sun. We played this in a recent deck, really enjoyed it. This card gives us a way to draw extra cards, it pumps up our creatures, it can give something like Ixalan or Pakal Trample, which is big once they grow to size. So lots of cool stuff this card's doing. Of course, since we're going to be playing so many creatures, we're going to play Ixalan because, well, if we don't care about having non-creature spells, might as well take advantage of it. And we're going to play Kellen, because if you notice, all these legends cost 3 or less, and Kellen's going to give us some free cards, which is great. Now, I will say, they can't all be legends. We do need some other things to fill in the gaps, so we are going to be playing some Coppercoat Vanguard, because all of our legends happen to be humans, so they'll get a benefit from this, both in power and being protected with Ward. And we're going to try some Warden of the Inner Sky as well. If we're going to have all these tokens, it'll be pretty easy to tap a bunch of tokens, give this counters, and give it flying, and let us come over the top. So we will have some ways to combat Fliers if absolutely necessary. And in a pinch, we do need some removal, so we're only going to play 4 spells in this list today, and those are going to be Get Lost, because we need to be able to get rid of Planeswalkers or enchantments or whatever. We do have plenty of multi-lands, so we should be able to fuel all this with no problem. I also remind everybody, check out our friends over at CoolStuffInc.com. If you're going to be buying something for yourself or any holiday gifts for your friends or fellow nerds, they've got all kinds of stuff there, and you can save 5% using code DRAGON. So yeah, check them out over at CoolStuffInc.com. They always have cool stuff in stock. All right. So I don't know how this is going to hold up yet. I think it should be very good. Like I said, found it online, looked great. I've wanted to play this deck, so let's go hop in and see if this deck actually does the beatdown the way we hope it does. Okay. Yeah, this is fine, even if not particularly super strong. Okay, let's lead with the most damage. I almost want another 1-mana thing here and then get a 3rd land untapped for this next turn. Well, that didn't quite work the way we wanted to. Not going to attack here because I feel like I need to be able to attack with that next turn because I don't want to lose the Lunarch Veteran. I'll just take our 1 poison. We'll deal with it later. Like, I'm assuming they're a poison deck of some kind. But who knows? Could be completely wrong. Well, that so far still fits the narrative. Though, unfortunately, that does not allow us to attack, which kind of wrecks our plans. Because it's a double striker. And I think if given the opportunity, we just let these through here. Well, not true. We'd block the 1/1 without double strike. What is this? Destroy target non-basic and opponent controls. That's fine. What are they going to do here? Pump artifact? Yeah, alright. Whatever. We'll just take it. Probably unnecessarily risky, but I'm holding on to double Get Lost, so don't really want to overcommit here if we don't have to. They might have their own Get Lost here too. That could be real. Looks like that might be the case. Nope, it's an ossification. Alright, fair enough. That does not help our case at all. Dang it. Alright, well, we just gonna have to take it easy for a minute. Guess I can always activate the land, but that's not stellar. Alright, let's try first there. Urge of Salvation. Alright, fine. Well, if you have another one, well, they won't be able to cast another one. Uh-oh. What are they going to do here? Oh, I thought they had like an instant speed thing to do with their artifacts. Do we even block? I guess we block one of them. Nah, we don't. We don't. We just let it ride. I can at least block one of them as a 2/2 next turn, if necessary. Alright. Well, that doesn't help, knowing what's on top of their library. Now I almost need, like, Adeline or something to show up to force them to get rid of the Adeline so we could block and kill one of their other things. Like, this is going to get ugly for us. Oh, boy. Do you help? I mean, you're 2/3, so, I mean, you're something. Alright, pass. And unfortunately, they turned one of their creatures into a 3/3, so now we don't even have a good block there. That becomes its whole separate problem. Alright, you got it. Alright, so now do we really need, like, Adeline or no? Actually, maybe we just double block here. I mean, they do get to turn it into another 1/1, but my thought here is I can at least recast the veteran. So that blocks something. Iganjo's still useful here. Actually, Iganjo's actually really good here. Because we could possibly, unless they have another... Oh, yeah, they give stuff hexproof. We're dead. They might spend their mana, though, to just get rid of our creature here. Then attack. Can't attack or block. Okay, cool. They spent their mana. That's all we were worried about. So then now we kill this. Which gets us a blocker, so we block this. Alright, we're only at 8 poison. So that mostly worked. Like, not great, but it kind of did what we needed it to do. Attack. Hopefully find a creature. Okay, that works. I'll take it. Play this. Also slows their spells down, which is good. Pass the turn. And we've had to work hard to get to this point. I felt like we were stuck in the mud for a second there. Go Bone Duelist. Alright. At least we have a first striker to fight a first striker, right? Let's attack. See if we can find something. Do we care about that? Yeah, let's just put that in the yard. That's not really what we're working toward right now. Alright, we're going to play this in the turn, I think. I kind of want to tap some stuff for the Warden, but not quite. Since we have enough blockers to keep ourselves from dying here, I don't want to mess with that too much. This one Restless Bivouac in the deck is holding on strong for dear life, but it's probably going to be important to this game. So funny they're playing this card. This is like a pacifism that almost nobody ever plays, but like, okay, that's actually real. That stops us from getting some extra value. Though now we have stuff we can just tap every turn to that, so that's probably what we're going to do. Tap this. That can go away. Do I attack with my land here is the question. Can make it a 3/3. Sure. I mean, I feel like at some point I have to do a thing, or we don't ever get ahead. Actually, I might put the counter on Thalia. And if they just want to trade for our land, I'm okay with that. Okay, they didn't want to. That's good. And as long as we have Thalia, they need to get 2... Well, they got an extra mana, so never mind. That changes that whole thing. I could also work on getting counters on the Initiate. And then get back our Anampakal. That actually is a real plan. This also allows Thalia to block the Jawbone Duelist and not have to trade now. Because they'll both deal first strike damage, but they'll kill the 1/1, so we don't have to worry about that part of the equation either. That's pretty nice. Alright, they have a lay down arms. That makes sense. They attack and we go to 9. Or 9 poison, I should say. Alright, no. I mean, we just play the other Kellen, right? Yeah. Get rid of the old one. Keep the new one. I'm going to attack with our land here. Are you just going to kill our land at some point? And so you know you can do that, right? I was going to say, I don't know when they were going to wait to do this, but... Sounds good to me. Alright. No attacks there. Though next turn, I'm probably going to attack if we have both creatures. With Kellen and Initiate. Try to start that train. Maybe. At least with Kellen, to see if we could put something else in our hand. I mean, we're going to do what makes the most sense. Must be an Iganjo? Oh, Elspeth might. Sure. That tracks, I guess. Yeah, that wasn't all that bad. Excellent. That's what you want to see. So now we'll attack with this. In case we don't find something on top. We still want to have that extra creature back to block with. Because we have hit a few lands recently. Okay, that works. Now next turn we can get a little crazy. Alright. They've been very cautious about playing their cards, so I'm wondering what they are. I mean, are they more Elspeth's Might, or... I don't even know. And since our life isn't really relevant, I'm probably blocking with Veteran and Initiate. As much as I would like to use the Initiate to rescue our Anampakal, I'm not going to spend that much effort on it. And right now, Hopeful Initiate still trades with the Jawbone Duelist, so that's mostly fine. Okay, that's a real issue. Good to know that that's a thing on their side of the table. They might actually have another one. That might be why they played that so slow, the way they did. So now we have to technically be able to block. Well, if we leave back 1, 2... we could leave back a token as well. Adeline's attacking no matter what. That's a given. I'm just trying to decide if I'm attacking with Initiate and leaving back Kellen. And then leaving ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. No, if I'm going to do that, I need to attack with this. And see if maybe we just find another body. We didn't. Alright. That's tough. Hopefully they don't have another removal card. Wish I would have had a couple more bodies that could have been lethal, but... Oh, actually, if I would have attacked... Well, no, because I just played the Veteran. Yeah. I would have still been a point short somewhere in there. Alright. Well, if they have a removal card, we might be dead. Because that's 5 attackers, and we would have 4 block. I guess not true, because we could block the Jawbone Duelist. Alright, Adeline gets stopped. But then if they don't have anything else, they just die on their turn. Yeah, Skrelv's Hive's not good for them here. Oh, that's not true, because this gives these lifelink. But they kind of have to attack, so we have to block. And they need to gain the life, because if they don't, the 4 1/1s aren't going to gain anything, because they can't block. Yeah, that's like the only play they can really make. Alright. Okay. We gain a bunch of life that's not really relevant here. Alright, Kellen. Looks like it's up to you, friend. There's only going to be 1 attacker no matter what, so that's fine. And we know we have access to at least 1 creature. I'll make that 2 creatures. Alright. So we're going to go here. And here. And I think we're good now. Man, whew, that took a lot. Yeah, I mean, we're still blocking, obviously. Actually, is there a way that could get trample? I doubt it, but let's not risk it. Even if it were to get +1, we want to make sure we can kill them. Oh, it gets +2. What were the odds? Alright, well, at least we didn't lose NT, which is kind of important. But they gained a lot more life. It's fine to get lost and just unlock Adeline deck. Come on. What are we doing? I guess we put a counter on Hopeful Initiate. That's fine, too. Then we could... I'd have to attack with the Initiate, put a counter on it. Oh, it's at 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, oh, they don't have any blockers here. Well, they do have mana open. Do they? No, because you can't use that to cast a spell. This should be it. If it's not, I just wreck myself, but whatever. Oh, because I also get the other extra 1/1. Yeah, none of this matters, actually. This is all fine. And I can unlock a creature to block with here. Yeah, we have a bunch. It's fine. Well, don't even need to unlock it now. But we got everything we needed, so it's all good. Oh, man, that was a struggle. This is crazy. Look at, like, we got down to, we were at 8 poison for probably about 4 or 5 turns, and then we got to 9 for the last 2 or 3. Opponent was cooking. I mean, like, even had the Surge of Salvation to stop one of our removal, was able to get one of our big blockers out of the way for a minute. Like, man, that was tough. And even drew a clutch Elspeth Smite, which I wasn't plotting on them having. So, yeah, good on them. We just... Man, credit to you, opponent. To Fat, good job. But we just got lucky and pulled that one out. Okay, this seems fine. I mean, we're on the draw, so it's not going to be super crazy or anything, but these could help us out. I think we go Thalia first to just slow them down for a turn. I don't know if it'll do enough. And then we have to figure out what to do after that. Which I think is probably Adeline. Well, maybe not. I was going to say, if we're holding Anapakal already, maybe we let the... Nah, we probably... I don't know. We'll see. Oh, they have the mana to kill her. Boo. I mean, absolutely that's what you got to do. Alright, didn't get any 1 mana things, so that's a little tough. So we're just going to play this. Hope to draw another land next turn and not be dead. That's kind of where we're at. Because I don't think we gain enough from blocking here, and we end up at like 4, which is tough. Yeah, no blocks. I mean, if they double rage, then oh well. Like, I mean, we just have to eat it and die. Okay, they didn't have a rage at all. Interesting. Not sure what to make of that, to be honest with you. They didn't have a rage. They didn't have a Witchstalker Frenzy. They didn't have a haste creature. I don't know what their hand is. Maybe they're planning on burning us out? Because, I mean, I guess if they have a Lightning Strike and a Play with Fire, they're already, like, 3/4 of the way there. Oh, a Devastator. That's actually legit. That's a good call. Sucks, but I think we have to go creature. Because I likely only have a turn here. Alright, on the positive side, opponent is at 11, and we can make Adeline trample. So if somehow we can get out of this... I mean, that being said, we may also just have to block with Adeline, too. I don't think we're going to get a choice. It's going to be a tough situation. I don't know, let's see. If we block with Vanguard, and the opponent has a Rage, but they would have... I think they would have used it last turn, but maybe not. They could make a Swift Spear to a 6 power. That'd be +4. We would take 4 trample and 2 in the air is 6. Alright. This might still be them attacking with everything here. Oh, not anymore. Alright. So we could be setting up lethal here. Alright. Oh, that's big too. Ah, dang. Okay. We get to do this. This is going to get us at least a point. Yeah, I think we still have to do this. I was thinking Adam Pakal, but it only gets us 2 more bodies here to go to 6, which might matter. But I think this is where we're at. So, Adeline will be in... Well, I guess technically it would be 3 more bodies. We're going to get another one when we attack. So Adeline will be a 9. We can make it 10. And then if they block. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Man, this got tight for a second. Well, randomly an Igandro we can use too. That's pretty good. Yeah, they're taking 9 trample already. Yeah, there you go. Oh, man, that was close. Alright, we'll keep this. I will say that the one real concern with this deck is that we have like 13-ish red land sources for, I think, like 8 actual creatures that are red. So that's a thing to note, but otherwise shouldn't be too much trouble, but we'll see. I mean, as I say that, we may run into trouble in this very first game. Interesting that that list is playing Skrelv here, but I think we go with Coppercoat Vanguard, let the Vanguard get dealt with, and we'll just see what happens. That is good, but we're kind of just curving out here to start with. But I assume if they have it, they play something like Ossification, get rid of the Vanguard, pump their Visitor, maybe attack, maybe not. We play Adeline and then try to go ham after that is our game plan. And if they want to block trade, we're okay with that too. Like, I wouldn't complain. Good news is we do have Get Lost. So if they do have Ossification, we can take a turn to play like Veteran, Get Lost, get back the Vanguard, keep attacking. So there's some options here. And it may be some other removal. Well, it's a Spirited Companion. Interesting. That does give them some better blocks here on the next attack step. Oh, well, they have an Audacity. They don't need to be blocking at all if they don't want to. Exactly. They can just get their attacks on. We're not blocking, though. We're just going to keep trying to bring the pain. We may have to get tricky and destroy Audacity later, but we'll see. We're going to lose this recruitment officer on the next attack. We don't really have a choice. I mean, we have a choice, but we don't really have a choice. If we're in a racing situation, we just got to do what we can. Oh, we got that. And we can't even cast it here. Ah, okay. Well, situation is what it is. Need an untapped red source pretty badly now. Or we could be dead in like 2 turns. Well, I guess knowing we can get rid of the Audacity, we wouldn't be dead, but it's going to be a problem. Alright, I guess we just take a 10 ball. Go to 5. I think we're dead anyway. Because, well, these artifacts are going to be tapped. How do we go about this? We attack, they block out a line, obviously. They would take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess we could Seneschal and maybe, or do we just Anapakal and make a 1 more? No, we need to do this so we can block, actually. That's what we need to do. Because if they give the visitor protection, it would be from white. That at least saves us here for a minute. And we can put a +1 on something as well here. Probably... I guess we're discarding this. We're kind of all in on this plan. Give Adeline Trample? See if that works. Oh, an extra get loss. That's nice. Alright, cool. It worked. Not gonna lie, I had no idea what was in their hand. So I was thinking maybe we're gonna have to try to trick them into let them cast something, and then we try to kill the companion as a blocker, maybe, and then they lose 2 life trying to protect the companion. And like, I didn't know where that was gonna go, but glad it worked out. Yeah, we'll keep this. We're in the draw, but I guess it's fine. Oh no, this is a deck where our Thalias are probably not great. I guess we're still gonna do it, but ooh boy. Just artifact flyers. Okay, that's a thing. Good news is this kills artifacts, so that's something. All right, if we're assuming that's the case, here's what I want to do. Play those for 2 reasons. One, if we play Coppercoat Vanguard next turn, we just have better attacks. Or we could also just play, possibly, Thalia, pump some stuff. Alright, well. That sort of changes our plan here. I think I want to just... Yeah, I don't really know here. Alright, I'm just going to pass. We needed a land here to be able to do anything. It's kind of unfortunate. And that's really mostly even just be a threat. I wanted a land to be able to set up and then do 2 things next turn. Like, knowing we can't cast 2 things next turn because everything costs 2 sort of puts us in a bad spot here. Yep. And then we play something... Oh, they're just tapping that. Alright. I assume they were going to do something else. Unctus. Sure, let's get rid of this. Probably just going to land on something like another Unctus and we'll just be sad. Nope. Alright. Sure. Alright, I'm just gonna give this to the opponent. We've got a hand that can't do anything. We're dead in 2 turns either way. Yeah, this seems pretty straightforward. Put that on human. We're hoping for a 3rd untapped land. We want this for later, obviously, but we'll see. Well, we know it's dinos on the run now, so let's see what's up. Oh, this, I don't know, I think I said earlier I couldn't destroy a creature with this, but I could destroy creatures with that. I don't know what I was thinking. We might actually have to do that here, to be honest with you. If we want to keep being aggressive. Let's go. They might just have another one. then I don't know what we do. Hulking Raptor means big things are on the way. No attacks yet? Yeah, without an NT, I don't know how we're going to pull this off. Yep, there's a Kogla. They can't pay to fight anything but the Coppercoat Vanguard, so... Wait. Oh, so they decided to give it haste. That makes sense. Yeah. I was going to say, you can't fight anything else there. I'm not sure that's what you're looking for. Oh, this is nice, though. Love to see that. I'm going to assume they're not going to block. I mean, they might block Adeline. So let's go ahead and discard this. Put that here. Unfortunately, can't cast that. Alright. Opponent's at 6, and they don't have that much mana. They've got 4. So it puts us in a pretty good spot. Yeah, if they didn't block Adeline, they'd have been risking death, so that makes sense. Alright. Can't really attack here, though, with 2 blockers. Like I say, you gotta have at least one more to stay alive. Adeline means it doesn't matter anyway, right? Block, block, block. And take 2, 4, 6. Yep. So that Get Lost did not come back to haunt us, fortunately. Alright. This would be interesting. Let's keep this. Alright. How do we want to go about this? I feel like we should play this first. Then depending on what we draw next turn, if it's an untapped land, I'll play Vanguard. If not, I'll play Warden and play Restless Bivouac. I'm sure here they're going to play exactly some type of artifact, grow their team. Totally fine, no blocks. Okay, so this has to be tapped then, and we'll just play this. Alright. No attacks, and then we're going to have to hope that we can do enough next turn. Those are at 6, so we take 6. We'll block this. I think they just clicked attack too fast there. Alright, so now it's decision time. We play Adeline, we attack, we make a thing, we get 2 points. Yeah, I think that's what we do. That gives us a good chance here. We go to 9, we go to 10. I don't think we're blocking anything here except for probably with Adeline, so that's okay. Alright. Now the opponent can just pump a creature here. Right? So this is where it's going to hurt a little bit depending on what they have. Another Ginger Brute. Ugh. Alright, Ginger Brute's not attacking. I guess I have to trade for this. I mean, that seems correct. Alright. Now, the scary part is their Wormlet can now actually do some damage to us by being unblockable. So I think we do this. We lose 1 to go to 5. We gain 1 to go to 6. We'll attack and gain 1 and go to 7. And then I think we're still dead if they have an artifact. Yeah, I think that's just all we can do. Or do we save this? All right. I mean, yeah, put a counter on the Ginger Brute. That's cool, I guess. I mean, that's just a case of we had to do something. I could have attacked with just the token, but meh. Yeah, if we don't get lost, we're just dead. Yep, you got it. Yeah, that doesn't block well right now. Like, that's a pretty poor blocker, if there ever was one. Alright, cool. GG's, we're dead. Like, we had nothing there. Okay. Sure. I think we go with this, try to maximize our damage. Alright, attacking with the recruitment officer. Would you like to kill our ossifer? Maybe. Nope. Alright, we're going to play this just to minimize our damage. I don't know if it's a mono red deck or not yet that we're up against, but it feels like they're at least sitting on some type of play with fire or something. Alright, Scoundrel, you got it. Still leaving mana up there. Still will allow them to kill a Hopeful Initiate and block something here, so that kind of makes sense. Now you're going to kill the Initiate? Nope. They chose not to, so they want their mana for something else. Apparently it wasn't that important. Alright, this looks good. Looks real good, honestly. Let's just see what we're up against first to help make some decisions. I don't know if it's another creature deck, but let's find out. There's some red mana. Alright, well, we're just going to bring the pain then. Can we find an Inti for practically guaranteed lethal? Hey, that's cool. Though they do get to gain some life here, so it becomes less guaranteed. Man, this was a crazy hit. Wow! How much damage is that? So we were doing 3, 6... This would have been 9, so that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 on turn 4. So opponent would have been at... Well, they could have blocked some, I guess. But against most creatures, let's say they block 3, they would take 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. They beat it -3 on turn 4. And we didn't even play that as fast as we could have. We could have played Coppercoat, got an extra couple points on the last turn, and really done something. So that was great. Ooh, we go first. Yeah, sure. Put Cavern on humans, play an Initiate, play Kellen, try to gill for it. Only had 2 quick mulligans there. I've been in those spots. Never feels good. Alright. Ooh, man, we need to draw a land. We need to draw a land. Like, real bad. No reason to attack there. Yeah, if there's any deck that can mulligan well, it is mono red for sure. We are not blocking there. Oh, did they not have anything? Interesting. Well, alright. Put our biggest butt creature out there. Because why not? Another Anampa call, so that's nice. Alright. So this says they have a rage, right? If that's the case, then... Actually, let's see. It would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'd go to 10, and then they would take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, we just take it. Pretty sure that math checks out. I could be wrong. Well, yeah, plus we're going to get an extra one from the initiate. Yeah, there's a bunch of damage here. It doesn't matter. That's way more than enough. Yep. Alright. Whew. Sure, let's keep it. One mana duder? We did not get a one mana duder. Man, it's weird. I mean, I guess, it's just numbers and averages, but like, the fact that we can have, I think, like 4, 8, something like 10 or 11 one mana things and just not see one, it's tough sometimes. Alright, we'll go with this. I'm assuming they have a removal card by now, but hopefully that'll draw some attention, and we'll see what happens. I mean, they might just play, like, Gix here and then attack us for 2, draw a card. That would make sense, too. Oh. Random? But, okay. I don't hate it. We take 2. Alright. That's not what I expected to happen, but good to know that they have that now. Huh, that changes things. Thought I knew what I was going to do, but now I think I'm just going to play this. So I can attack with Kinnan, and then if... Well, not even if they block, we're just going to put the counter on it. Get rid of this. Find a 1 mana thing off the top. Wow, that can go on the yard for sure. Alright. So, finding some ways to keep moving forward here. But we've already seen too many lands for our liking with just 22 in the deck. We've seen 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already. Not good. That is not where we want to be. Yep, that tracks. If you would like to sack an enchantment, I will not do anything. Yeah, I'll get rid of a land. Like, I'm definitely in that business. Like, that we're not upset about. Backing. Alright. Alright, they're down to 1 card, plus whatever they draw next turn. Let's see what we can do. We can play 2 things next turn, which is also nice. What's funny is I also now kind of regret flipping that other land, but, you know, here we are. Decisions got made. Oh, they're not even attacking. They're just going straight to... I guess they want to be able to block and kill our stuff. That checks. Yeah, decline. I'm not. Anything else? I'll just take my 2 damage. Ooh. Well, I guess we play Coppercoat, play Officer, and then attack with both of these. So if they want to kill Adeline, they have to double block here. Okay. They didn't have it. I mean, they might already have removal in hand and not care. Which would be justified. Okay, Mutt. They could discard Mutt. We go to 7. Now, if we can find a land, though, and play both of these, that would probably end things next turn. So they were going hardcore on the sacrifice effect stuff. They were trying to like steal our stuff and sacrifice it to things. I see the strategy there though. All right. I mean, okay, they sacked nothing. I think we're going with this just to give Adeline trample. And we're attacking. They just attack with everything? Feels like it, because they like have to block here, right? Yeah, and there's another 2/1 coming into play. Get rid of Animpakal here? Nah, we'll get rid of the other Adeline. That can go away now. Like, we're at the point now that it doesn't even matter. Oh, opponent, no. No, opponent. If that's all you're blocking with, that's awful. I don't think they have a choice, though. With that being trampling for 9, that's probably going to be all of it. Because then if they block for 3, that'd be 6. Yeah, that's way more than enough. I was thinking maybe you block 6. Nah, they don't have... There's no good blocks there. Unless they had an instant speed removal that killed the Vanguard, I don't think they had a chance here. I don't think the opponent realizes the trample's about to happen. Opponent. Oh, that's even worse.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Yep. Yep. Okay. There's a few changes I think I would make to this list. Not a ton, but this is one of those cases where I think if you went to 61 cards, it wouldn't be the worst thing. And I think because the deck's only playing 22 lands, I would want to trim down just a little bit. I think the deck could be served by playing probably like 2 copies of something like maybe Invasion of Gobakhan. I think could be really good and give you some ways to protect your creatures. So I think that would happen, though, by cutting 1 Adeline and 1 Animpakal. Now, while those were good cards for us to get at different points, there's also the reality of just, if we get an Invasion of Gobakhan off, we can also just stop the opponent from doing stuff that would otherwise harm us. I was also looking at this deck, too, considering that we're playing Initiate, we've got Warden of the Inner Sky, Coppercoat Vanguard, you know, NT that's putting counters on stuff. This list could very well play a couple of copies of Baird, and I don't think that would be that weird. Matter of fact, even playing an extra Kellen would almost make some sense in here. Now, I will say, I don't know, maybe in that last game, I think we won because of Warden of the Inner Sky, which kind of makes sense that we want to leave this in here, but I don't know how powerful overall it is. But I do think having at least 1 Baird is probably good. I think Invasion of Gobakhan is probably where we want to be as well. Animpakal was nice, but really didn't do a lot except in 1 game. And if I were making changes, I'd rather have 2 Baird possibly and just keep making more bodies. But if you want to keep it at 60, 2 Animpakal, 3 Adeline, 1 Baird, 4 NT, you know, I think that's where you want to be a little bit. Or if you want to mess around and remove the Warden of the Inner Sky. I think the trick is, though, Warden of the Inner Sky is really good if you have an active Animpakal that gets you even like 5 counters, because then you just tap all those and then you have this flying Warden, which is pretty cool, and getting the Scry effect. But otherwise, I don't know how often we really wanted it. And you want also things that are cheap to cast after an NT, and you don't have a ton of mana. So if I were to play this again, I'd probably play 4 Hopeful Initiate, 2 Lunarch Veteran, 4 Recruitment Officer, 2 Warden of the Inner Sky, 4 Coppercoat Vanguard, 4 Get Lost, 2 Invasion of Gobakhan, 2 Kellen, 4 Thalia, 2 NT, 1 Baird, 3 Adeline, 2 Animpakal. Let me also say this. I would be willing to concede as well to get rid of 1 Hopeful Initiate, possibly. Though it does help us get rid of enchantments. We didn't really even get to use it that often for that. And we generally wanted more power on our creatures. So I think if you wanted to cut 1 of those and play an extra Animpakal, I think I'm okay with that too. Still gives you a fair amount of things you could hit on the upper end. It doesn't add a ton of red things, so we don't have to change our mana too much. I think this is actually pretty close. So yeah, what would I say about this deck? It's fun, it's quality, it can be fast. Obviously, it plays much better on the play than the draw, but thing I will say is it's a very deceiving deck. It's much more difficult to play than I think it looks like on the surface. There's more small micro plays to make, how to manage what's on your top of your deck when you're scrying, you know, what you're going to discard or not to Inti, what you're willing to gamble on. There's a lot of those things, and it's a type of deck where if you miss 1 or 2 points, that could be the difference in the game. So you have to be very careful about that. And while it is a very serious aggro deck, it's probably one you want to slow down on when you're playing your stuff. I think that's actually a good way to describe it. Like, you just need to pump the brakes just a little bit to make sure you're making the proper plays each time to maximize your damage. And also know where to hold back, right? Because that's another thing too. There's a real possibility of, you know, sweepers coming down or whatever, or wandering emperors and whatnot. You need to be able to play around those too. So lots of tough decisions here with this deck, but it does play pretty well. It's a pretty fun deck. I don't know if I would say it's a thing you should be running around like hoping to super rank with in best of 1. I think it's better than 50%, but not by a whole lot, honestly. It's almost a coin flip deck, and realistically, this is one of the ones that probably plays better in best of 3 because of all the extra stuff you can add to it. Now, I think the changes we made could change my opinion on that, so, you know, one of those things. If you have the cards, I say build it. If you don't, then I wouldn't worry about it too much. But overall, this was actually really fun, and, you know, this one was for the actual members. So if you want to be part of the next poll to decide what's going on, don't forget to join the channel down below. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Bruse Tarl. This is one of those things that I don't think he's been maybe there's like one reprint, but realistically, hasn't really seen a quality reprint since I think like Commander 2016 or something. The card's been around a while, and it's up to about $5 now, so it's probably going to be seeing a reprint sometime soon. The thing about this card that's really cool though is just like it can just give something else double strike, and it kind of surprises people a lot of times when you get hit with it. And the best thing is when you have something that has protection or flying or whatever, this card can sometimes just take a person out. So, not to be underestimated. This is one that I think people forget about, but then when they see it, they're super excited about it and go pick it up. And if you kind of liked where this deck was going, I played a Naya Humans list. I played 35 creatures that got away with a bit more than this one did, so you may want to check that out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.